What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Flames back at it again. Another Bible reading video. Hey, about to be reading out of Judges chapter 11. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Chapter 11. Jephthah delivers Israel. Now Jephthah, the Gileadite, was a mighty warrior, but he was the son of a prostitute. Okay, so back then, bro, who your parents were like kind of dictated who you were. So like prostitutes were kind of like the scum of the earth. It's not like nowadays where these OnlyFans models are rich. You're a dirtbag. So basically, that's your mom's. You're pretty much a bum. That's just how it works. Not fair. It's not fair to bro, but it's how it works. Galid was the father of Jephthah, and Galid's wife also bore him sons. Okay, so he did have the Galid lineage, so his dad was somebody, but mom was a prostitute. Galid had a lot of women going around, I guess. And Galid's wife bore him sons, and when his wife's sons grew up, they drove Jephthah out and said to him, "You shall not have an inheritance in our father's house, for you are the son of another woman." Then Jephthah fled from his brothers and lived in the land of Tob, and worthless fellows collected around Jephthah and went out with him. After a time, the Ammonites made war against Israel. When the Ammonites made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to bring Jephthah from the land of Tob, and they said to Jephthah, "Come and be our leader, that we may fight against the Ammonites." So, uh, but Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, "Did you not hate me and drive me out of my father's house? Why have you come to me now when you are in distress?" And the elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, "That is why we have turned to you now, that you may go with us and fight against the Ammonites and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead." Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, "If you bring me home again to fight against the Ammonites, and the Lord gives them over to me, I will be your head." And the elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, "The Lord will be a witness between us if we do not do as you say." Okay, so I'm just going to backtrack for a second. The very first sentence of this chapter was, "Now Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty warrior." So they're clearly trying to recruit him because they know that just him can turn the tides of everything. Just this one person. So Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and leader over them. And Jephthah spoke all his words before the Lord at Mizpah. Then Jephthah sent messengers to the king of the Ammonites and said, "What do you have against me that you have come to me to fight against my land?" And the king of the Ammonites answered the messengers of Jephthah, "Because Israel on coming up Egypt took away my land, from the Arnon to Jabbok and to the Jordan. Now therefore restore it peaceably." Jephthah again sent messengers to the king of the Ammonites, and said to him, "Thus says Jephthah, Israel did not take away the land of Moab or the land of the Amorites. But when they came up from Egypt, Israel went through the wilderness to the Red Sea and came to Kadesh. Israel then sent messengers to the king of Edom, saying, 'Please let us pass through your land.' But the king of Edom would not listen. And they sent also to the king of Moab, but he would not consent. So Israel remained at Kadesh. Then they journeyed through the wilderness and went around the land of Edom and the land of Moab, and arrived on the east side of the land of Moab, and camped on the other side of the Arnon. But they did not enter the territory of Moab, for the Arnon was the boundary of Moab. Israel then sent messengers to Sihon, king of the Amorites, king of Heshbon, and Israel said to him, "Please let us pass through your land to our country." But Sihon did not trust Israel to pass through his territory. So Sihon gathered all his people together and encamped at Jahaz and fought with Israel. And the Lord, the God of Israel, gave Sihon and all his people into the hand of Israel. Excuse me. And they defeated him. So Israel took possession of all the land that the Amorites who inhabited that country, and they took possession of all the territory of the Amorites, from the Arnon to the Jabbok, and from the wilderness to the Jordan. So then the Lord, the God of Israel, dispossessed the Amorites from before his people Israel. And are you to take possession of them? Will you not possess what Chemosh your God gives you to possess? And all that the Lord our God has dispossessed before us, we will possess? Now are you any better than Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever contend against Israel? Or did he ever go to war with them? While Israel lived in Heshbon and its villages, and in Aroer and its villages, and in all the cities that are on the banks of the Arnon, 300 years, why did you not deliver them within that time? Therefore I have not sinned against you, and you do me wrong by making war on me. The Lord, the judge, decide this day between the people of Israel and the people of Ammon. But the king of the Ammonites did not listen to the words of Jephthah that he sent to him. Okay, so king was not trying to hear none of that. Just did not care. Jephthah's tragic vow. And the Spirit of the Lord was upon Jephthah, and he passed through Gilead and Manasseh, and passed on to Mizpah of Gilead. And from Mizpah of Gilead he passed onto onto the Amorites. So, and Jephthah made a vow to the Lord and said, if you will give the Amorites into my hand, then whatever comes out from the doors of my house to meet me when I return in peace from the Ammonites shall be the Lord's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering. So Jephthah crossed over to the Ammonites to fight against them, and the Lord gave them into his hand. And he struck them from Aroer to the neighborhood of Minnith, 20 cities as far as Abel Kiranim, with a great blow. So the Ammonites were subdued before the people of Israel. Then Jephthah came to his home at Mizpah, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with tambourines and with dances. She was his only child; besides her he had neither son nor daughter. And as soon as he saw her, he tore his clothes and said, alas, my daughter, you have brought me very low, and you have become the cause of great trouble for me. For I have opened my mouth to the Lord, and I cannot take back my vow. And she said to him, my father, you have opened your mouth to the Lord. Do to me what has gone out of your mouth, now that the Lord has avenged on your enemies, on the Ammonites. Ah, man, this is sad stuff. So she said to her father, let this thing be done for me. Leave me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down on the mountains, and weep for my virginity, I and my companions. So he said, go. Then he sent her away for 2 months, and she departed, she and her companions, and went for her virginity on the mountains. And at the end of the 2 months she returned to her father, who did with her according to his vow that he had made. She had never She had never known a man, and it became a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went year by year to lament the daughter of Jephthah the Gilead 4 days in the year. Whoa, wait. What does he mean? Like, so like he sacrificed her, like killed her, basically? Is that what happened? Because he says his vow was, if you give the Amorites into my hand, then whatever comes out of the doors of my house to meet me when I return in peace from the Ammonites shall be the Lord's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering. So he had to offer his daughter up as a burnt offering. That is so sad, bro. She understood, but like that is so crazy. That was his only child. That's crazy, bro. People really like kept to their word, bro. Just think, like this is an example, okay? This person put some swore like to the Lord, basically, right? Now, bro, people put stuff on God dozens of times a day, like it's no big deal. When in reality, it really is like something that you should not be doing. Look, this dude literally gave his daughter up for sacrifice due to the promise that he made. And people lie in the name of God all the time. I've probably done it before on accident because I used to say that too until I really learned to not ever do that again. I had to repent, and I do repent for anything unrepented that I have vowed, that I have not that I have not you know that I have not went through with, especially in the name of God. And why do you think that is normalized so much now? Why do you think? I can tell you why. It's the act of Satan right there, bro. Making everything so normal, making it normal to put things on God, bro. When in reality, grave consequences for like, bro, grave consequences, but like, it's not something that's light. Same with like using the Lord's name in vain. You're not supposed to do that. But then you got a bunch of people like, oh my God, saying that all the time. Sometimes I still say that, bro, because it's so ingrained into our language. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be in our vocabulary, but everybody talks like that. Why do you think? Who is influencing this world? Exactly. So yeah, yo, that'll be it. I hope somebody, comes across this message. Yeah, if you're watching this, God bless you. I'm rocking with you. Thank you for watching this video. It means a lot to me. Um, God bless you. And catch y'all here in a sec for this last video. Another short chapter like the first one. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Love y'all. Catch y'all. Peace.